So we would ask the court to follow that plea agreement.
Okay, so Mr. Marvin, and everybody, thank you for your patience. All right, so we are back in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Chad Marvin. Mr. Fry, have you had ample time to speak with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you ready to proceed then?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Marvin, have you had an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time at this point to discuss that with Mr. Fry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with Mr. Fry as your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hartung, I'll start with you. Do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. McCready?
Other than the no contact provision with Jennifer Allen, no.
Yep, okay, I wrote that down. Thank you. Mr. Fry?
No, Your Honor.
Does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect? Mr. Hartung?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mr. McCready?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mr. Fry?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right, so let me get back to the PSI. Okay, so starting with file number 25-22239FH on the count 1 controlled substance delivery manufacture of methamphetamine. The probation department has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines to be 78 to 130 months. On that same file on count 2, firearms possession by a prohibited person, they calculated the guidelines to be 12 to 24. And then on file number 25-22272FH, possession by a prohibited person, they calculated the guidelines to be 12 to 24 months. I'm just doing this pre-sentence report first.
That count 2 should be 9 to 23, I think, months. On the 22229.
Well, let's see. 12 to 24. Oh, yep, it is 9 to 23. So I'm sorry, I misspoke. So 25-22239FH, the possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. The guidelines on that were calculated to be 9 to 23, probably because there were 2 counts on that file, I think. But then on 25-22272FH, the same charge, the guidelines were 12 to 24. So, Mr. Hartung?
I'm satisfied with the guidelines, Your Honor.
Mr. McCready?
I'm not on either one of those cases. I'm on.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure
2-2-9.
which is which. So,
Sure. I'm on.
Mr. Fry?
Yeah, we're not contesting the guidelines, Your Honor.
Okay. And then, Mr. McCready, on your file, on file number, let me get back there. File number 25-22259FH, on the assault with a dangerous weapon, the guidelines were calculated to be 14 to 58. Mr. McCready?
That is correct.
Mr. Fry?
Yeah, we're not contesting the guidelines.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Hartung, on file number, you're on file number 25-22239 and 22272, correct?
7-2 file, it's Mr. Sneed's file, but I'm here for him today, Your Honor.
Okay, so many prosecutors. All right, is there anything on those files, Mr. Hartung, you wish to say on behalf of the
And I think I want to yield to Mr. McCready initially because he is a victim in his case. And I think that's probably the more important situation, and I'll address mine after that.
Okay, so we'll move on then to file number 25-22259FH. Mr. McCready, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of the people?
Yes. As we just went over, the guidelines here are 14 to 58, and that's on the felonious assault when we had already dismissed a home invasion first degree. So he's getting a real big break here. I agreed to the no upfront MDOC incarceration because, to make a global resolution with the other 2 files. But the key here is the no contact with Jennifer Allen, whether she wants the contact or not. I'd like the court to make that clear to Mr. Marvin. and again, I don't know if the court remembers this, but he was on bond in this case and was arrested at her home while he had a no contact provision with her. So I want to make it very clear that if he does have any contact with her going forward during the probationary period, we would be asking for a substantial prison sentence.
Okay, got it. So Mr. Fry, on this file, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client?
So, Your Honor, Mr. Marvin is obviously facing sentencing here on a few different files, and I think this resolves all things that he has outstanding. There is a plea agreement on all the files that, you know, his sentence would not include MDOC. So we'd ask the court to follow that plea agreement as it relates to all these files when determining appropriate sentence. Mr. Marvin, you know, obviously has almost just shy of 7 months credit, it looks like, you know, on these at this point in time, or 6.5 months or so. So Mr. Marvin, as stated in the PSI, and stated when he entered his pleas in this case, has a substantial drug problem, specifically with methamphetamine. As he indicated that he was using approximately 7 grams of meth per day, which, you know, has led him to a lot of these issues that he's facing, with problems with his relationships, breaking the law, landing him in jail here today. You know, and it could land him in prison potentially, you know, if he doesn't change his behaviors going forward. But he has committed to me that he wants a serious life change going forward. It'll obviously be up to him whether he follows through on that, but he has indicated that one big event for him that has happened is he has his first child on the way, due in January, and he is wanting to make some significant changes, you know, to be a role model for that child, a parent for that child, going forward.
Is Jennifer Allen the mother of that child?
No,
Really? Okay.
so.
No.
Yeah, so it's not Jennifer Allen, so we should be good on that. But he does have that child on the way, due in January, Your Honor. Also, he lives locally here in Lenawee County. He has a house on a land contract that, because he's been in jail, there was just a forfeiture judgment entered on the 30th. So he has a limited amount of time to redeem the property at this point in time. So, you know, obviously he can't do that if he's continues to be incarcerated in jail, but that, you know, having stable housing certainly would help with his road to recovery, raising his child, and, you know, just maintaining sobriety. So, Your Honor, my client, you know, would ask to be placed on probation in this case with some terms that would help him deal and keep him accountable on the drug issue, so he stays clean, stays sober, and maintains this lifestyle that he has indicated that he wants going forward. We would ask that the court either consider placing Mr. Marvin on probation today and releasing him with credit for time served, or in the alternative, ordering that Mr. Marvin can be released to drug rehab as soon as a bed becomes available, and allow him to participate in that program if needed. Again, he's been in jail for considerable amount of time now on these credits, so he has obviously been clean while in jail from drugs, and he's indicated that his plan going forward is to remain clean and sober. And, you know, he will be held accountable by the probation department to ensure that he does follow through on that. You know, otherwise, you know, the consequences, as he understands, you know, are going to be, you know, likely severe, and, you know, he will probably lose his freedom. So we'd ask the court to consider one of those options, either starting him on probation today or allowing him to be released to a drug rehab program. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Hartung, on your file, do you wish to make a statement?
Yes, Your Honor. As we see here, the guidelines are extremely high on the charges for the PWID, possession with intent to deliver charge, and that's without the enhancement from the prior supplements. So it would have been even higher with those involved. So he's really getting a lottery jackpot size opportunity here. And I really hope he takes advantage of it. He was given this opportunity primarily because of what the work he did with Detective Kevin Putnam with the Adrian Police Department regarding the Brianna Soto missing persons situation. And Kevin Putnam said a lot of nice things about Mr. Marvin, the truthfulness that and the helpfulness that he was throughout that process. Still a pending investigation, but he certainly stepped up and did his share as it relates to that. As it relates to a sentence here today, I think there obviously should be a probationary sentence. And when we talked about the plea originally, we talked about him doing 12 months. I do not have an obligation or an objection to him going to rehab. I think that's a great idea for this individual. I'm hoping he does well. I know that he has a situation with his house and he needs to get that straightened around. Going to lose that house if he's not careful, or he can sell that house and get the equity out of the house, as I've spoken to Mr. Fry about, or he can try to catch it up, but it's an awful lot of money. But I do realize that he has an opportunity here with some other opportunities with an estate situation that has been described to me through his attorney. I'd like to see him be able to take advantage of that. He's continued to cooperate with law enforcement and will continue to cooperate with law enforcement, is my understanding, and investigations that he's helped on. But the main thing here is I think he needs to get into rehab. I'd like to see him get into an in-house situation. And if the court's so willing to do that, I think that would be appropriate for him at some point down the road here. Thank you.
Mr. McCready, before I go to Mr. Marvin, do you wish to weigh in regarding incarceration?
I'm in favor of what's been said already. I mean, I understand that he's got a 12 months cap on his jail time. So the inpatient rehab sounds good to me as well.
So Mr. Moore, he's been clean, incarcerated for a substantial period of time. Would he be eligible for inpatient at this point?
Well, Your Honor, this isn't my case, so I'm not familiar with
No,
it.
I'm just in general asking, or I guess it's Miss Holly. I'm sorry, getting you stuck in the corner over there.
Yeah.
So he's been clean for a substantial period of time. I don't know would he be eligible for consideration, Mr. Moore or Miss Holly, for inpatient?
I don't know how that works.
So Mr. Moore,
So we would refer him and community mental health would assess him, and then they would determine whether he would be eligible regardless of his, how long he's been incarcerated.
all right. Okay, I know sometimes if they're out, they won't take them. Okay, Mr. Marvin, finally it's your turn. Is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of the people? Or on behalf of yourself? I'm sorry.
I'd just like to apologize to the community and to Miss Allen for my behavior for the last few years. It's been pretty bad. I take full responsibility for all of my actions. And, like Mr. Fry said, I have a home, I have a kid on the way, and I really just need to get myself together to provide for my family that's coming and the family that I have. And I understand the magnitude of the situation. I got a huge break. I get it, and I will take full advantage of it. There's no doubt. I'm 51 years old. I don't really have any more options.
All right, in determining the appropriate sentence in this case, court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been set upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, potential for reformation, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. So on file, let me get all this straight. On file number 25-22239FH. And I'm going to back up. So Mr. Hartung, if I send him to a rehab facility, he's been clean for a long period of time. If I send him to an inpatient rehab facility, it could be anywhere from 30 to 90 days. That would really stop him from being able to get his house back and going back to work.
Well, when Mr. Fry and I were speaking about this, Your Honor, we were thinking it would be a 30-day program. And I'll be very frank. He owes so much money just to bring it current. It's really a long shot for him to accomplish that. The thing that I tried to stress to Mr. Fry, and I'm stressing to Mr. Marvin, is he's got equity in that home. He has legitimate equity in that home. I'm aware he does. I know he does. That property can be sold if he doesn't make it, he can't bring it current. There's some other things I know that Mr. Fry has talked about with me and also with Mr. Marvin about that situation. I don't have full access to the information, his availability to get funds, but I think he feels he has an opportunity to get some funds to possibly bring it current. But I don't want him to miss out on the equity.
Okay.
I can make it
Okay.
current. I just need to get out to do that. And that's the problem I have. I've tried to have a power of attorney. The power of attorney has actually tried to steal everything I own out of the home and everything that I have. So that didn't work out. Every time I've tried to get someone to help me, they basically stole all the stuff I had. So I've tried that. I really have. Trust me. There's a lot of money in the home, and like Mr. Hartung says, there's a lot of equity there. It's just that
Okay.
I can't get anybody to do anything.
All right. So on file number 25-22239FH, sentence of the court that we placed on probation for a period of 36 months. During that term of probation, you will obey and comply with all the articles, with all the provisions in your articles of probation. You are to attend outpatient treatment as required, drug test as required. Find another PSI that has the terms because this one doesn't. All right. Let's see. You're not to use or possess any alcoholic beverages or other intoxicants. Comply with the requirements of testing for drugs and alcohol as required. Not to use or possess any illegal controlled substances or drug paraphernalia. If you are prescribed any controlled substances by a physician, you must get permission from the probation department and take as required if granted permission. You must complete mental health, domestic violence, battery intervention, or other recommended treatment. If required or recommended by assessment. You're not to use any object as a weapon. Can't have any weapons in your possession. Can't anyway because you have prior felonies. You must submit to search of your person and property, not limited to your vehicle, your residence, your computer, without need of a warrant if the field agent has reasonable cause to believe you have items which violate the terms and conditions of your probation. Let's see, I'm going to,
We'll contact with Jennifer Allen.
that's not this file.
I think we should just go ahead and put that in all of them, but, you know. What do you think?
I'm gonna put it on the other one.
Okay.
Okay, all right, you are to, I will give you, let me see, I'm gonna allow that you can be, all right, so I'm gonna order that you serve 1 year in jail. Hold on, Mr. Marvin. On file number 25-22239FH, I'll give you credit for 198 days. On file number 25-22272FH, I'll give you 154 days. You may be released to an inpatient program. So you won't be serving the year, but that means you go to the program, you complete the program, and do everything you're required to do. There is a, Restitution. There is a crime victim assessment fee in the amount of $130, $68 in state costs, $30 per month supervision fee, $60 if we have to put a tether on you, $750 in court costs. I don't think there's a DNA fee because he's already on. So that's those, okay. And then 68 on the other file?
Correct.
All right, so $136 in state costs on file number 25-22239 and 68 on 25-22272.
One crime victim's rights fee in each file,
And a crime victim rights fee of 68 or
100.
130 in each file. All right. You have too many files, Mr. Marvin. All right, so now we're gonna move on to file number 25-22259FH. On that file, I'm gonna place you on probation for a period of 36 months. During that term of probation, you are to obey and comply with all the orders of probation and all the terms that I've already gone through for your other file. I will give you credit for 192 days on that file. You are to have no contact with Jennifer Allen. I'm also going to order domestic violence counseling with Sally. Is it Welch or Welsh? I think it's Welch. But anyway, I'm going to order domestic violence counseling with her, along with any other counseling as required. On that file, there is $130 crime victim rights fee and $68 in state costs. He's already paying supervision fee on his other file, so I don't have to order it on this file. Is there anything else on this file, Ms. Holly?
The DV counseling, I usually go through John Bailey. You want it to be through Sally?
It's a long-term program.
Either way.
Well, I mean, is this, let's do John Bailey.
Okay.
All right. All right, and so anything else on this file, Mr. McCready?
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
We said no weapons and search and seizure, I think.
Yeah. Okay, and, yeah, all right, anything else, Mr. Fry?
Renner, so just so I'm clear and clarify, the court, I think on 25-22239, gave Mr. Marvin 1 year in jail, but had ordered that he could be released to an inpatient program. If he completes that program, would he have to go back to jail or what?
No, it just report to
Thank you.
probation. So, Mr. Marvin, when you get to the program, I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you don't like the people, you just keep your head down, do what you're supposed to do, complete the program and report as soon as you're released. All right?
Yes, Your Honor, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Unless there's something else, I think we're all done on this. Mr. Marvin, we're gonna send to you a set of your notice of right to appellate review for each file over to the jail. You're gonna initial and date 1 copy for each file for our records. The other copies are for you. And if you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days. All right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hartung, Mr. McCready, and Mr. Fry. You're all set, Mr. Marvin.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.